returned. After an eternity away from you all, Jack of Blades is back.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Jack of Blades video. Today we're going to be covering Paragon version 42 update, The New Dawn. The sins of the past are swept away as the people look toward the future. All things become possible. So with this update, a lot of big changes have come to Paragon. A lot of them including a new way to build. This means that the economy, card system, and generally the leveling within games has been pretty much entirely changed. And we're going to go through piece by piece and kind of talk about and go into a little bit of detail on all of these changes. First big one is decks, and as a result, cards have changed a lot. Now instead of having affinities for your characters and things like that, affinities are specific to decks. Decks now have you pick from 2 affinities, growth, knowledge, or pick 2 affinities out of the 5, growth, knowledge, order, death, and chaos. And these 2 affinities will now dictate what cards you can use in your decks. The adjustment's a cool one, and I really like how it's been done because now it allows you to use different play styles for all your characters. Instead of them kind of being forced into certain play styles, you can kind of have a lot of fluidity, and you're given a lot more freedom with how you build your character, and I really like it. I think it's a good move for Paragon. Next in line is unlock more abilities, which this is a change to how both the deck and card system has been done. In the previous build of the game, with decks, you would pretty much use decks and cards to increase your stats, to make you have more power, more health, more mana, more health regen. To increase your stats, generally, is what you would use decks and cards for. They've scrapped that, and now decks and cards are meant to, cards specifically are meant to be more kind of abilities, is kind of what I would say. They're meant to be more kind of like actives or passives that are more to help shift your playstyle in the direction you want, whereas these stat points, these ability points, either agility, vitality, or intellect, are kind of meant to be the stat increases that you receive throughout a match. So agility will give you attack speed, and I believe it's either basic pen or basic armor. I'm almost 100% positive it's basic pen. Vitality will give you health and health regen when you put points into it, and intellect will give you mana and mana regen when you put points into it. And as you can see on the left hand side of each of these categories, you have these gems, and then you have special abilities that are being shown in the little videos, and they even talk about each of these. So as you put points in a match, and this is actually also part of your deck build, your deck building in the game, as you put points into these different stats, you have the ability to put gems in specific slot locations along the 25 different ability point slots for all of these categories. This means that every time you hit one of these milestones with a gem in one of these, you'll gain a new passive benefit. For example, multi-shot, range basic attacks, fire 2 additional projectiles, dealing 80% basic damage. Vitality, you'll have ferocity, which you gain up to 42 attack speed based on your missing health. And intellect, spell, shield, block the next enemy ability. So this is a way to gives you a bonus or a benefit for leveling into a specific category more and more, and they generally are meant to help you benefit from leveling points into this category. So like intellect, spell, shield, I would say is a pretty solid thing for you to have if you're putting points into intellect, because you're putting points into mana regen. having the ability to negate an entire ability instantly will give you a pretty big edge in combat. Vitality, since you're getting a lot of health and health regen, this stat gives you some pretty big benefit because it allows you to benefit based on the percentage of your health that's missing and stuff like that. So that's a pretty good benefit. And then obviously agility is really good for like attack speed characters. Obviously they're showing Murdoch benefiting from it. So I think these abilities and stats and the ability stats are really cool, and the gems are really cool. I like it. I thought it was a good move along with the cards change. So now this is the way cards function now, as far as you know, you can improve cards. So as you'll see down here in the bottom left hand corner, this card starts off with 100 as your increase in mana, but at level 10, as you can see, cards now level up. At level 10, this card will give you 155.1 mana instead of 100. So how you level up your cards is you'll use duplicates of your cards to give you XP, and when you have enough XP, you'll be able to level up if you spend reputation to level up that card. Once again, this is another thing that I thought was really cool, and I really like it. It allows you to kind of do some min-maxing for your characters and really take the numbers to a whole nother level, and that's one of the things I really like about games, and this game specifically. So I really think this was a cool move. Iggy and Scorch got a big rework, if you didn't know about that. So there's that. I want to make a separate video kind of going over this whole thing, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot here because I really want to just take the time to play a few matches in a row with him if I can, to make a build that I think functions well with him and really get a grip on my feelings on Iggy before I give my verdict. So there's that. Next is the Mastery rework, and this is a pretty cool rework. So now there are 99 ranks instead of 10 ranks, and they're all made up of 10 levels, and inside those 10 levels you'll get your like rewards for, you know, your standard rewards like your skins, your taunts, your chests. And now they added crowns, which are meant to be like milestone indications that you've played really well. Kind of like what skins were kind of meant to represent before, but now crowns do it instead. And then what they've also done in Masteries is kind of added what I like to call staple cards. These staple cards are, I haven't paid enough attention or looked too thoroughly through the ranks, but they give you duplicate cards of a card that I'm assuming what they consider is a very good card, as the developers consider a very good card for that character. So you'll get duplicates for playing. You'll get duplicates of cards for playing a certain character with a mastery, and it'll give you benefits like that. It'll give you it'll give you some spare cards to work with. And then you have like I think that's about it as far as masteries go. Actually, I don't think anything else got a real rework. I don't know if there are any new skins or taunts, but here's what crowns look like in game. This is Iggy. They're showing off Iggy with the new crown. One of the nice things about crowns is that you can toggle them off if you don't like them, if you don't like the way it looks. It's totally within reason for you to toggle them off. One of the other big changes that they added to the game was a baseline attack speed increase across the board. Attack speed rate has been increased. The only thing that I will say about this, also apparently ability cooldowns have been reduced. I didn't notice it personally myself, but I noticed the attack speed increase. And one thing it does do is it makes attack speed characters feel a little cheesy, for one, and two, makes the match go by a little bit more quickly, I want to say. It makes the flow of the match feel faster. I haven't had a match go on for quite a long time in the game yet. That's just my personal opinion from what I've experienced, so I can't say it on a universal that it's a universal thing, but I can say that that's my personal experience with it. And then obviously, because of all these massive changes, balance had to be completely reworked. They're saying here that you want to go to, if you want to see all the things, go check out the updated hero pages to see all the hero stats that have been updated. They even give you a little button here to take you to it. And then Rampage got like a mini rework. He got some adjustments to some of his kit to bring him up from, I guess, the lower, I guess he was kind of bottom tier character. So they did some stuff to him to bring him up from where he was at. And then the Grux box banner event. If you play on a regular enough basis, you should get both of these rewards. It's a pretty generous time frame to put 25 matches in. I mean, especially with how quickly matches are going, in my opinion. I feel like matches don't extend as long as they used to anymore, and you don't even have to win. So, you know, play against some bots if you really want to knock this out, and you'll get it pretty quickly. And then the very last thing is the celebration sale, which I have fallen victim to. The 33% off on skins, banners, and emotes. I've already bought 2 skins and don't really feel like it was a waste. I think 33% off is a pretty big boon. Pretty big. It's pretty nice of them. 33% off doesn't come up by often, so my personal thing on it is if you are really wanting a skin, an emote, a banner, and you've been just holding back on it, I'd say if you've got it and don't need to spend the money, I'd say bite the bullet and do it. And if you're one of those people who likes spending that money and has the ability to spend that money, do it now. If you're gonna do it, if you know you're gonna do it at one point or another, I'd say do it now. You're gonna get a 33% return of benefits by doing it now. So if you know you're one of those kind of people, benefit from it now. Go ahead and hit up the celebration sale, and get those skins, get those banners, get those emotes that you want, and I'm sure you'll like it. There are the full release notes here, but I don't want to go over all of them. It's a lot of just kind of small number crunchy kind of things, and just kind of a lot of it's for the characters, a lot of it's just some aesthetics, really, some small nerfs and bug fixes, and then they go into detail about all of the changes, major and minor, and how they affect the game, and all that number crunching stuff that I've read it, so I don't know everything by heart, but I know that a lot of things, how a lot of things have been changed, and I really like it. I think that the update as a whole is really good. So if you want to go through and read all this, by all means, go right ahead. But that's not what I'm here to cover. I meant to just kind of cover the big things, the big showy things, and give you guys the ability to get some small little tidbits if you haven't stepped into the update yet, so that you can see. And you can get to experience, or that you can get a little bit of a jump start before you jump into it and play it. But that's about all I had to say. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you want to see in the future. And thank you for watching.